Are you my afternoon makeover appointment? Oh, thank you for stopping in. Do you have any particular desire for what kind of makeover you get? Do you want to be super glamorous? Do you want to be neutral? Or do you want something that complements your particular tone and complexion? And there's also the no makeup look. So if you're looking for something very natural, that's definitely obtainable. Use my imagination. Well, thank you. Let's start with some of the basics. Most of the products that I'm going to be using, I'm going to have some very basic products like foundation, primer, mascara, very likely. So why don't we start with some patch testing to make sure that there's no contents that would normally obstruct your skin or cause irritation or anything like that, okay? In doing so, what I'm going to start with is a sanitation alcohol wipe. And I'm going to target the area right here on your neck. This skin is very, very delicate. It's also very receptive and very reactive. So if there is a chemical or a particular mineral in any of the products that causes that irritation, this is going to be one of the most obvious areas that occurs in, okay? Do you mind if I get a little close to you and I touch your skin a little bit? Okay, thank you. I'll do the patch testing on your right side. Okay. So I'm just going to take this alcohol wipe and gently clean the area. And one of the other nice things about these wipes, some of the products I'm going to be using do contain alcohol. So in a way we can kind of see what your skin's reaction will be to it. It tickles a little bit, I'm sorry. The tickle can be kind of cute. I'm going to sanitize my hands. Okay, this way when I make contact to your skin that I'm going to be using clean hands. So one of the primary concerns is going to be silicones, and a lot of the primers I'm going to be using are going to be silicone base, so I'm just going to take a little bit of that and very gently with my ring finger, I'm going to just kind of pat it on the side of your neck here. It has a really nice texture, but not everyone responds well to silicone. Okay. And even though this may not necessarily be your shade or tone, it's going to be very similar to any of the other colors that I might have, so I'm just going to use it for sampling. And again, very similar. I think I'm going to do some false lashes, and the lashes are synthetic, so I'm not worried about the lashes necessarily, but I am concerned about the glue. So the glue is latex based. So I just want to make sure that you're not allergic to latex, or if you're going to have any reaction to it, that we can see that. Just a little bit on my hand. This is going to be very tacky. This can sometimes be used in the brows, like if you want your eyebrows to maintain a shape. It holds onto the product like color products very well, so if you wanted to do something like that, it would not only hold the hairs into position, but also hold on to the mineral material for the color. It works really good for that, if you wanted to. So, last product that many people can react to are the minerals in some of the highlighters that I use. They also contain a fragrance, so if you have any kind of reaction to perfumes or anything like that, I want to make sure that we don't use specific products, okay? I also have a really nice blusher made by the same company, so this will kind of let me know whether or not this is a good option for you, okay? I'm going to let those sit for just a couple of minutes. And if you have any kind of uncomfortable sensation, itching, burning, please let me know, okay? Okay. To start with a clean base, I'm going to take another wipe and start just making sure my entire canvas is nice and clean and sanitary. Get a good look at some of your undertones, and then if it's okay with you, just kind of manipulate your skin a little bit. I'd like to see, how much elasticity you might have, or if there's any areas that are dry that we want to use certain products that are oil-based or moisturizing, that we can kind of best complement what your skin is, okay? With your permission, can I get a little bit close to you and touch your face a little bit? Okay. At any point, if you're uncomfortable, let me know, and we'll adjust to whatever is best for your comfort level. Okay. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit close to you. And I'm going to just start by cleansing your skin a little bit. Any kind of makeup or sunscreen, any kind of skincare products. Just trying to clean those off a little bit so I can see what we're working with. Try to complement what works best. Such beautiful eyes. I think what I would like to do is maybe a look that accentuates the shape and color of your eyes. Okay. Okay, your nose. It does look like you have some texture here. It might be caused by dryness. So we'll make moisturize that very, very well. One of the telltale determining factors with skin type is your undertone. And one of the ways that you can kind of tell what the undertone is the color of the veins in the forearms and also around the eyes. So I can tell if you have a cool or a warm undertone from this area right here. So when we're doing color matching for things like foundation, this is something that will be very useful. Okay. Alright. Are you comfortable? How about the areas on your neck here? Do you feel any kind of discomfort or hypersensitivity or anything like that? Okay. I'm going to move some of those products, just kind of wipe them off. And that glue can be very stubborn, so give me just a moment with it, okay? Lovely. Well, some of the things I think I would like to propose would be a little bit of eyebrow trimming. You have some hairs over here that are going into the hairline, and just kind of clean that up a little bit. And on the underside of the eyebrow here, you have a couple of little stragglers. We'll take care of those though, with your permission, of course. I generally would use tweezers, but there's also the option of just shaving those areas. So if the tweezers are an unpleasant sensation, I can use something like a Dermaplaning Tool to very gently clean up those areas. Why don't we try the tweezers first on the underside, and then on the outsides we'll use the razor, okay? Okay. And again, if this is unpleasant, let me know and we'll just switch gears, okay? Clean my tweezers a little bit. Are you comfortable where you are, how you're sitting? Okay. If you're not, let me know. We'll correct it, okay? Okay. I'm going to start with a spoolie, actually. And let's comb those eyebrows up. Before I start tweezing, I'm going to take some very precise little eyebrow tweezer or scissors. Okay. So we have all the hairs kind of going upwards, so I'm going to very gently clip some of those hairs. Okay, so just try your best to sit still. Okay. very symmetrical as well, which is really nice. Okay. I'll try to be gentle. Okay. Towards the end here, just a little bit. Doing okay? Not too bad? Okay. If that changes, let me know. Towards the edges. Not too bad? Okay, wonderful. Just going to clean that area a little bit. Just get some of those stragglers out of the way. Beautiful. I am going to take the Dermaplaning Tool because one thing that I think really can shape a face is some very nice sharp eyebrows. And I know that it is somewhat of a trend to have very bushy eyebrows. And then for certain faces, sometimes, it might be more fitting to have a little bit more of a sharp edge to it. And I found a very good way of doing that is with something like a dermaplaning tool, and then gently shaving that area just above the brow gives it a nice sharp line, and it can really, really complement the shape of your eyes, your face in general. Does that sound okay? Okay. This is a very sharp blade. I'm very skilled with it, so don't be concerned. I'll be very, very gentle and delicate. Okay. Alright, just relax. So for this, I'm going to lift up on the skin here and just very, very, very carefully shave that area. Good job. And just pull the skin a little bit over here as well. And now the corners. If you are looking for something to be absolutely flawless with your skin, especially with foundation and primer, I can definitely dermaplane the entire face, and then I'll take out all of these little baby hairs so that the makeup will sit very, very nice and flat. Well, not flat like a pad thing, but you're not going to have that texture. Okay. And I'm going to just clean some of those stray hairs in the skin here. Okay. And the same on the side. Gorgeous, gorgeous already, although you were naturally gorgeous, so you don't need makeup, but it's fun. Alrighty, I'm going to apply a little bit of a moisturizer just because you want the skin to be treated well. So this is a very gentle, oil-free moisturizer. I'm just going to apply it pretty liberally over your cheek area because that is one of the areas where the dryness is most prominent. Okay. And kind of slick the eyebrows back over the forehead and down the cheeks and down the neck. Okay. Okay, can you close your eyes for me? Okay. I'm going to very gently massage it on your eyelids here. And same on your other side. Okay, wonderful. How does that feel? Okay. So, with your complexion type, your hair color, your eye color, your skin tone, I am thinking if you wanted to go something that would be glamorous but also somewhat of a natural color, so bronzes and golds, things like that, I'm thinking going with a nice warm matte powder, something like this, and then complementing it with a shimmer like this. What do you think? It's not so colorful where it's clearly bright and overzealous, although these can be very fun. But these can be very complementary of a more natural coloration. So if we were to take something like this and let's say this color right here, very neutral color. What do you think? Yeah, I think that on the inner portion of the eyelid, I think that would be a very good choice. Given that it's somewhat of a brown color, you can also, if you wanted to go more dramatic, you could certainly choose one of the darker variations of the browns and the bronzes. And this might actually work really nicely, like if you're going for a smoky eye look, you could go with something like this in the outer corners and kind of sweep it in. What do you think? Any preference? We could also do something lighter, so if you wanted to go with something like a strong lip, but a lighter or more neutral eye. Now some people like to go with a strong eye or with a strong lip. Generally it's one or the other. Some people do both. So if you have any kind of preference, definitely go strong eye. I think strong eye is probably best. And then we'll go with a nude, neutral lip. Okay. That being said, it looks like you have a somewhat neutral undertone, so it's probably not going to matter if we go with a warmer or a cooler variation. Your skin will be very complementary to either. Let's start with some primer then, okay? I like doing eyes first, especially with powder shadows, because if you have any of the fallout that happens in this area, you can clean it and not really disturb a whole lot else. So I'm going to start with some silicone primer, And we know that you're not reactive to this, so just get a little bit on my hand here. Would you mind closing your eyes for me? And it spreads very, very nicely and it becomes slightly chunky. Which can really help keep the makeup in place and hold on to the pigmentation very well. Can you close your eyes again for me? Okay. Just sweep that product over a little bit more. Okay. Let's just let that dry for a moment or two. Okay, so while that dries a little bit, I'm going to focus on the under eye. Given that we're going with a earthy tone, we could use a liner, something that is a brown. I'm a little bit mixed on this. I think that dark browns with lighter shades of browns can be very, very nice with certain complexions and skin colors and eye colors. And then other times people want to go a more bold liner. And with something like that, we can go just a nice, very saturated liquid liner in black. And this is definitely one of my more favorite liners. It's easy to apply. It's very pigmented, and it's just a very nice product. It feels good on the skin. And do you have any kind of preference with that? Oh, this would be the liner on the top, just above the lashes. For the liner that goes underneath, so if we're going for a smoky eye, I'm going to do a couple of different things. I'm probably going to use a liner very complementary of the colors that you're going to be wearing, and then use a gel liner to kind of go in the waterline to give that nice sharp edge, and then fade it out with a powder and a brush. Okay. Because the primer is still kind of drying a little bit, I'm going to start with the gel liner. Okay. Let me just sanitize the tip of it here with the alcohol wipe. Okay. And this can be unpleasant, so I'm going to have you look up for me and try your most. Just not try to blink here, okay? And just start very gently. Okay. Not too bad, okay. On to the other side. And again, look up for me. Still wonderfully. And because this is a gel, I'm going to just put my pinky here on your cheekbone, steady my hand, and give you a nice gentle swoop down here to the corner. Gentle swoop down here to the corner. The same here. I'm going to just rest my pinky finger on your face. a nice deep color. See, that wasn't too bad, right? Now this is going to shift around a little bit because I'm going to use a brush like this for the powder. And I'm going to take that nice color and very, very meticulously blend it so that it has this nice transition between the inner eye and the outer eye, but it's going to be a very nice smoky transition, okay? And for this, I'm going to, I think, use this guy right here. It's a shimmer. It's kind of a neutral tone. And we're going to start on the inner portion, okay? So go ahead and look up for me. I'm going to get really, really close. You're doing a great job now. And I'm going to fade that out. And it's okay if it kind of goes below. On the other eye, and look up for me. Just gonna drag that color out. Okay. Oh, that even looks nice when you brush it off. It looks beautiful. This is kind of a charcoal shimmer. I think that would be very nice for the outer corner of the under eye, for when it's not as pigmented as, say, the matte up here. But this will be very, very nice transition. And because we're going to go with a smoky eye and a dark liner on the top. Okay. We don't want to overshadow it too much, okay? What do you think? I think so too. Okay, so I'm going to have you look up. Just kind of backlit it out of the eye and fade it out on your left side here. And again on your right, look up. And now with that same brush, I'm going to wipe the product off so that the blending doesn't have any kind of secondary influence. And I'm going to slide this underneath and just combine those two colors seamlessly. Okay, so, and look up for me. Give it a nice smoky enhancement there. Beautiful. Okay. And again on your right side. Okay. flare it out a little bit at the end. I'm going to just kind of feel how the primer is on the top of your eyelids. So do you mind closing your eyes? Thank you. Oh yeah, nice and tacky. Gorgeous. Moving on to the top. Gonna do the same, but with slightly different colors. And, you know, I'm actually considering instead going with one of these two here on the outer edges. And, no, I want to go a little darker. Yeah, I want to go a little darker. I'm going to choose something with a little more warmth. So, how about that color right here? It's a nice dark, like a maroon color, so it's going to have that nice warmth and sultry look to it. But then we will complement it with something a bit more gold. And on the inner corner of the eyes, make it nice and pop. Does that sound okay? Alright, so we're going to start with the matte with a nice flat brush. And just pick up a lot of that pigment. Close your eyes for me, and I'm just going to pack this in on the corners. And on your other side, close your eyes. And this is sort of building up the color, so sometimes this process can take a little bit. And then I'm going to come back to this color. I'm going to clean the brush here real quick because that's a nice dark. It's a really nice color. But I want to lighten the center and the inner corner a little bit. And then we'll very nicely blend them together, okay? So we're going to go with that lighter gold, but it's going to be a warm gold. And go ahead and close your eyes for me. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to pack that color on. I know this is a shimmer, so this will be a little bit different on the pigmentation. Just kind of pack it on there. And again, on your other eye. I'm going to switch to a blending brush because these are the two colors that I want to blend the most. And this brush is nice and big and fluffy for the eyelids. So, close your eyes for me. I'm just going to kind of do a windshield wiper maneuver. starting in the crease there. We want to mix those colors really, really nicely right here. Okay. And then the same on your left side. Okay. Just take some of that pigment away. We want to blend. We don't want to necessarily add more pigment just yet. Close your eyes again. Thank you. And look up. And I'm going to do the same just to kind of smoke out this bottom portion right here. And the same on your other side. Look up. I'm going to take my edged brush and sharpen up the area right here and right here, okay? Because with the smoke, we want to have this nice little angled, deepened color. So I'm going to use a dark brown combined with the umber color. And just close your eyes for me. Thank you. And just right there. And pull it out a little bit more. Okay. That almost works kind of like a liner. The same on your other side. And on that side. Okay. And I think I'm going to go with a very light shimmer for the corner, for the inner corner. So for the main top here, we use this color right here. And I think for the inner corner, I'm going to go with this very, very light illuminating color. And go ahead and just close your eyes for me. And just here in the center. Okay. And again on your right side. Close your eyes. Okay. It's looking beautiful. Gonna take a cotton swab and sharpen up these edges right here because we have some fallout, okay? And look up for me. Okay, we want to have that nice sharp angle. Just gonna clean up that edge towards the outside there. And the same on this side. Okay. I think I want to go brown on the liner. I think that black liner can be very, very nice if you don't have, very nice strong lashes. But we're going to be adding some false lashes in. So combine that with a dark black mascara. I think that it will make your eyes really put the nice smokiness and sultriness of them. Will be perfect. And for my brown liner, I'm going to be using a pen. Got a little bit on me. So I'm going to have you tilt your head back a little bit, close your eyes, and I'm going to just steady my finger here on your cheek, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a wing. And open your eyes, and I want you to look up, but I'm going to do just a little bit here on the end, on the bottom here, okay? Just to kind of enhance that transition between light to dark. And the same on your right side here. Close your eyes, tilt your head up. I'm just going to place my pinky here just on your brow, so that I don't misplace any fingers. Give you a nice little wing. And can you open your eyes and look up for me? Just going to show up at that bottom line. Okay, they're not quite symmetrical, so go ahead and close your eyes for me again. Just bring it into the inside. And same, keep your eyes closed. We got it nice and symmetrical. I'm going to clean up some of the fallout that we have here on your cheeks before I continue much else, okay? So if you want to just close your eyes, I'm going to take a cloth and just kind of sweep underneath and get a nice clean area here. The nice thing is it's dusty, so it just kind of brushes right off very nicely. Okay, and the same over here. Alrighty. I think we should do the false eyelashes. Okay. So these are synthetic. They shouldn't have any kind of reaction to your skin, but that glue, we did the patch testing on your neck here, and it looks like that's completely unreactive. So I'm going to use these little flare lashes. A little swatch of glue here with my, oh, where'd my little tweezers go? There they are. So these are very broad lashes, or I'm sorry, tweezers, and you're not going to scratch your skin or anything on them, okay? So I'm going to take one. And I'm just going to apply these on the very outer corner. So I'm going to do your right first on this side, okay? So go ahead and close your eyes. Kind of position it so it blends in with the other little itty bitty hairs. Just kind of position it. Good job. Go ahead and keep your eyes closed. I'm gonna get another one. A little bit of glue. You can go ahead and open your eyes if it's more comfortable. Just gonna kind of give a little bit of wind there so that the glue will adhere a little bit better. Okay. So while those lashes are drying into place a little bit, now that we have the fallout cleaned up, we got your eyes almost perfect. I'm going to focus on the big canvas here, and we're going to again use more of that silicone primer. So one of the things that I really like about a silicone primer is for filling in pores, or if you have textured skin, a lot of the times this can be a nice, soft, very gentle filler. Makes the makeup smooth quite a bit more. So in this area right here, I'm going to kind of just work it into the skin here. And is that okay? You don't feel any kind of abnormal sensation or any burning or anything like that? Okay. Also here on your chin. Okay. It has a very nice texture to it. Okay. And up by your jawbone. Just a little bit above your brow. Okay. We're going to do the same on your other side. So just on the main area here on your cheek. Okay. Just above your brow and your chin. You can just feel how it kind of glides on your skin. It's a very nice texture. That's by far one of my more liked primers, just because of the texture. So, I'm gonna just pat it into your skin a little bit here. And given that you're a neutral undertone, I'm going to use a foundation. Not too much. I mean, your skin is really nice and clear, but I'm going to use a foundation that is not full coverage. It's just more like a nice tinted moisturizer. Okay. I'm going to start with my fingertips. I leave some of that on my hand here so I can pull from it. I'm going to take a little wet makeup sponge. And just kind of pack it into the skin. So combining this with the primer, this will nicely fill in much of this pore texture or from your pores. Can use a little bit more here under your nose. So. And the nice thing about using a damp sponge is it also helps spread foundation really nicely. So just gonna pack it in the skin. still a flawless base. Just tuck in your lips a little bit before we go. Good, thank you. Alright, now that might take a moment or two to dry. So while that is doing so, let's apply our first layer of mascara. So we're going to go really, really big and bold on the eyes. So I'm going to apply 2 layers of mascara. And I'm going to use Fat Lash. So mascara can be kind of tricky. I'm going to have you look up, like open your eyes as much as possible, but look down, okay? Alright, so I'm going to very gently kind of curl this under your lash and comb it in on the sides very, very effectively. Okay, same on your left eye. And just comb it into the lashes. And I'm going to now have you look up, and this is going to be for your bottom lashes, okay? And again on your top here, so look down but open your eyes very wide. Good. Comb them up nice and curly here. And I have found that with this mascara and this technique, you don't have to use an eyelash curler. Okay, just comb them straight up. And I have a really nice lift to them. Now that the foundation is a little bit dry, I'm going to use a setting powder. Just a very banana setting powder. So I'm going to use my big fluffy brush. And it's not dirty, it's just stained. And I'll start on your forehead here, okay? Oh, too much. I'm sorry. Look into the maybe oilier areas of your skin, okay? Beautiful. Alrighty. Now that your mascara is almost dried, okay, just kind of gently wipe that off. Close your eyes for me. Now that your mascara is almost dried, I'm going to be using a little bit of a setting spray just to kind of lock down what you have in place, alright? So go ahead and close your eyes for me. I'm going to use a blush. And this is one of my favorite blushes because honestly, that's cool, right? Little pearls. And do this for me. And again. Nice rosy cheeks. And similar area, similar brush. I'm going to be using my highlighter, and they are kind of a nice gold bronze color. It's just a beautiful color. So I'm just going to use this on the very upper portion of your cheekbones here. So I'm going to pinch the brush and give you a nice little highlight right there. And same on your other side. Okay. Nice and glowy. Another area you can do this on is on the bow here on the top of your lips. I might use my finger for this though, okay? Just a little bit of that shimmer. Okay. And just relax your lips, okay? Just want to get a nice little enhancement of those tops of the lip. It makes it so much more sultry. And also on the bottom a little bit. And oh, we're getting so close to the end. You're looking fabulous, by the way. I'm going to use a nude liner, or at least fairly nude. It's a little bit darker than your lip color here. And I'm going to outline mostly the center. I'm not going to go all the way to the edge because I want to enhance the center of your lips. Does that sound good? Okay. And I'm just going to have you relax your lips for me as much as you can, okay? Give a nice house of your lips here, nice definition. And your bottom lip. And one other very nice trick you can often do with lip liner is kind of color in the lip a little bit. And it works very well at holding on to lipstick, but it also gives it just I'm going to take a gloss. I'm going to use my fingertip with the gloss to blend that in, and then we'll use a topper on it, okay? I'm doing this on my hand for sanitation reasons, and that way, you know, what touches somebody else's lips doesn't touch yours, or vice versa. Okay, so just try to relax your lips a little bit. I'm just going to add this here and give it a little bit of flexibility with how we can move it on the lips and blend that color in. And use just a little bit more to give it a nice gloss. Do you want me to hand you a mirror and you can take a real quick look and see just what the transition looks like? Okay. Okay. One little last addition we can do, with your permission, would be a little bit of contour in this area here. Maybe use a bronzer. Something like this, for instance. And this will give you that nice semi-pearlesque bronzing effect, but it will also help to kind of contour the shape of your nice cheekbones, okay? And I'll do this with my fluffy brush. Blend it in, and also down your jawbone area here, and just make this a nice gently contoured area. It's very pigmented, so I don't need that much product. Okay, do the same on your right side here. And on your jaw here. Okay. And blend it in really nicely. Do you want to take another peek? Trying to think if there's any other areas that we can enhance and better shape your very beautiful characteristics. I think if we were to add a little bit of pomade to the brow, we can give a little bit more sharpness to that beautiful brow shape that you have. Okay. I have a fantastic tool for that. So pomade is fun just in general, but I like applying it with a spoolie. It combs the brows, but it also makes the coloration almost hairs. So what I normally do is I just kind of scratch the spoolie on the inside, kind of pick up some of that coloration. And then when we comb it through the brow like so, you get a nice, almost natural addition to the color. We can kind of comb it and shape the brow a little bit more as well. And fill in any of the thinner patches of hair, like right here. That's probably all we need. That looks almost natural. I mean, it does look natural. It's just much more symmetrical and flawless. And that's the fun with makeup. Not that you're not gorgeous without it, but sometimes it's fun just to play around. Alright, I think you might be ready to go. Do you want to take a last look and any kind of adjustments that you want to make? Okay, feel free. Just kind of swoop your hair to the side here, or however you want to do your hair. Well, let's go ahead and let's set it. So go ahead and just close your eyes for me and tilt your head back. Well, that should have you set for the night, and I hope whatever event you are going to, you are going to steal the show, and you're beautiful. Thank you so much for spending so much time with me, and I think you're gorgeous. I love you, and I will see you later. I hope you have a wonderful